Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here, and it is June 23rd, Tuesday, in the morning.
Tuesday.
9 a.m., eh?
9 a.m., David.
And I'm at the drawing desk today. You notice that? Hey, I'm not at the digital desk.
What?
I know, it's crazy.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I decided to do some digital stuff, or traditional stuff today.
Some digital stuff on your digital paper there?
I broke out my sketchbook the other day. I've been doing some sketches, and I thought it might be kind of fun to do some sketching with you. I've been working on this Birds of Prey course, and I'm about ready to cover Gyrfalcons, which are the Arctic falcons. They're the biggest falcon in the world, and they're very, very cool, very fast, very deadly. And I got this really nice little portrait that Dustin photographed while we were in Manchester, England. Well, actually, this is at the Chester Falconry Center, or
something like that.
Yeah, this is from Chester, England. It's a beautiful portrait of a gyrfalcon, and one of the things I love about it is this, the sense of light on it, the shadow, the light, and everything here, and being able to translate that onto the gray paper with my white pens and all that. So I'm going to use that as my reference. My reference right here. And that's what we're going to be drawing. These are a couple of here's a couple of sketches that I did in the last couple of days. Dustin and I went out for Father's Day, and went out at sunrise and did some photography, and came back, and I did some sketching of some of the birds we photographed. These are some this is a snowy egret. I did several sketches of the same bird as he was fishing, and that was really cool. And drawing white birds on gray paper, there's just something about that, getting that light and shadow and letting the gray of the paper become the shadow. It's a lot of fun getting that form. It's really cool, and when you pull it off, it's got a great effect. And then there's the water too. I like drawing water.
It is quite nice.
It is quite nice there. And then yesterday I was sketching, going through some of my old Africa reference that I sketched while I was, or not sketched, but photographed while I was in Africa in October with Nick and Manny and all of our other friends. And I came across this photo that I shot that it was so gruesome, and I just had to draw it. But it was this hyena that had just ripped apart and eaten a Thompson's gazelle, and he was walking around with the head in his mouth, and I just wanted to draw that, so that's what I did there. But today, like I said, we are going to be drawing a gyrfalcon. A gyrfalcon, yes, the white Arctic falcon. So that's going to be cool. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys that over at the website, we've got all of our deals going on. The whole COVID thing. The COVID thing is not even close to going away, as some of you in Europe know. I think Germany's going through an uptick. We're definitely going through an uptick, and Florida's going through a big uptick. And amongst the United States, we're going through an even bigger uptick. I hate that term, uptick. Uptick. But so we're still social distancing, trying to stay away from people as much as possible, and in that spirit, we want you guys to have great deals on our website, creatureartteacher.com, and we've just put my perspective drawing course. I know there's a lot of you out there that need your perspective lessons. I've learned perspective since I was 8 years old. And so I kind of took everything that I know about perspective, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective, projections, all kinds of stuff, and I put it all into one course. And it is on sale right now for how much, Dustin? Take a guess. $1? Maybe $1? Yeah, $1.
20?
$1. $1.
$1.
One dinero. So, $1 you can get the whole course. It's and I think it's pretty thorough. If you don't understand perspective coming out of it, then I don't know what else to tell you. That's all. That's how thorough it is. But so we got that, and also we got an even bigger announcement that I want to tell you about, and we don't have all the details yet because we're still working it out. Well, first of all, before I tell you that, I mentioned that we're going to be doing a giveaway with Wacom and some of their equipment. And so we're going to be starting that on Friday. So we're going to be doing, we're going to get that going with Wacom, and we'll do a giveaway on Friday with our first bit of equipment there. And then the biggest announcement we want to talk about, I want to tell you about, is, and we already mentioned it on our social media, but you know, I want to back up. When Nick and I started Creature Art Teacher, actually when I first started coming up with the idea for it, the whole idea I wanted to do was start sharing knowledge, and I was really upset about the cost of colleges and things like that, and I wanted a resource for students to go to. And then Nick came in and we started building this site together, and we talked about this quite a bit, and it's always been our intent from the beginning of the concept of our business is that once we hit a certain threshold in our business and we could swing it, we wanted to start giving away scholarships. And I think we've finally reached that threshold. Nick and I have been talking, and starting in July, we want to start giving away one scholarship every month to a deserving student somewhere in the world, not just the United States, but anywhere in the world. It's a $5,000 scholarship, $5,000 US, and that money's good for any kind of college training that you might want to be taking, online training that you might want to be taking, and any combination thereof of online, college, possibly equipment, that sort of thing. So we're really excited about it. We're still working out the review process and all of that, but we wanted to let you know that this is going to be coming up. The school year is right around the corner, and so we're hopefully going to be ready to have some funds available for someone that will be heading off to school or training in the coming weeks and months. And like I said, this will be a monthly giveaway. So it's going to be one person every month, and we're, like I said, we're working out that process. We're really excited about it. This is our, we've always wanted to give back. You guys have been so wonderful with us and supported us, and we want to do the same thing with you guys. And so that's why we're doing what we're doing with our COVID deals, and this is why we want to do our scholarships with you guys. I myself, I was, you know, I didn't have money to go to college at all. I lived in we were pretty poor, put it that way, and plus our home had just been burnt down the year before, and we were really struggling. So I really had no means of going to college other than financial aid from the government and scholarships. And I had a lot of people along the way that helped me financially, and so this is our chance to do the same thing for you guys. And so this is our way of giving back, and I hope you guys that are interested really take it seriously and throw some good work together, and we'll be coming back soon with more announcements on how that review process is going to happen and that sort of thing. And if you don't get it the first month, remember, we're going to be doing stuff every month. So hopefully this will be an ongoing process from now until whenever. So, you know.
Is there an age limitation to it, or?
Yeah, I think there is going to be an age limitation. We haven't determined it yet. I want it to be college age and above. But we haven't determined everything completely yet. But it will be college age and above. Other than that, it can be used for any college. Nick's giving me some notes. Any college or online schools, which I mentioned, and we will have more news on the application process in a few weeks. Stay thirsty, my friend. Oh, Vedanta came in with some coffee.
You are, sweetie.
Thank you, Vedanta. Say hi, Vedanta.
Hi, Vedanta.
There you go. Oh my gosh, that's delicious.
Delicious.
All right, enough blabbing. Can you hear me slurping?
I'm sure they can.
I'll be doing that for the next 2 hours. All right, let's get into some drawing. Shall we?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce Dustin.
For like the past 3 live streams. Hi, everybody.
I got Dustin here. And he's doing his little dance.
Yes, I am.
And as usual, we've got Nick in Sarasota, Florida.
Nick.
Arch. All right. Oh,
Like
the coffee
juice.
is so good. Oh my, it's so good. It's so good.
Does anybody want any coffee?
It's
I
so
got some
good.
coffee.
The coffee is good. Oh, no, so I got found an old relic.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
old.
I'm getting my hair's getting to the awkward stage, so I'm getting my hat back on. Pulled my old hat out. Look how faded that thing is.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone through the wash about 100 times. About 100 times, eh?
Better James. I definitely need to put this hat to the wash. Like, I've used this hat since last year in Montana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. Are these shadows? These shadows are terrible, aren't they? I didn't think about the shadow. You know, we're gonna have to turn on this other light, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. Well, let's just try it.
Let's just go for it.
I got to get some of the ink to flow.
Odd question. Do you guys live near Miami?
No. We don't live near Miami. We live about about 5 hours north of Miami.
Yeah.
So I'm drawing with ballpoint pen. This is a pen that I picked up in Mere Court Hotel and Conference Center, Manchester, England. I like the feel of it. It's just a regular ballpoint. One of the great things about ballpoint is that they tend to be waterproof. They're not marker proof, but I'm not going to be using the markers on this image, luckily. I hope this isn't too distracting, this shadow. And so I rough everything in with a pen. I don't draw with pencil. For me, the pen is part of the. For me, the pen is part of the appeal of the technique. And so I try to use that. There we go. Now, falcons have this little tooth on the beak right here. You can see this little tiny tooth right there. Right there. See that?
Yeah.
See that little tooth? We've got this little tooth on the beak. And that tooth is actually there for severing the spinal cord of the birds that they hunt.
That sounds pretty brutal.
It is pretty brutal. It's called the toenail tooth.
Do you know the Huion drawing tablets?
Yeah, I know of them. I've never used one. I've never used one.
Gotcha. So, because somebody's asking like which specific models of Huion should they invest into?
Never used one. Don't know anything about them. I don't recommend Huion. I've always used. Man, I can't. I got to turn this light on here. Maybe this will help. I got to fill those shadows. That shadow. That's a little better.
A little bit.
Hold on.
There was about
There we go.
Wacom.
Huh?
You're always about Wacom.
I'm Wacom. I've been with Wacom for 14 years, 15 years.
Will there be a course about writing for animation, like writing the story before animating them?
Well, we have a story course right now from Chuck Williams, who Chuck and I were directing partners, and when I was directing Brother Bear, he was producer. And Chuck has got a great course on writing on our site
what
right now.
What programs are alternatives to Adobe programs, like inexpensive but good?
Alternatives to Adobe?
Yes.
Well, it depends on what you're using. If you're using an iPad Pro, there's Procreate. There's any number of different programs out there that are good. I only use Adobe because I feel like Adobe is the best out there. Once again, I don't like to cut corners, and so I believe in using the best.
What was the hardest part for you in your journey in animation?
The hardest part, I think, is really just hunkering down, being patient, and wanting to, well, not wanting to, but just learning. Just being patient and letting the process of learning animation, because it really is. It's a lifelong long endeavor, and it's not something you're going to learn right away. And it's like wine. You really have to let it. You have to let it age, and you have to it slowly gets better, and you slowly get better. Animation takes time, and so with that being said, it's just something that you have to be in for the long haul. It's a marathon. It's a big marathon.
I hear a few people recommending to take up photography to get some composition skills up. Do you have any takes on that?
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to read. Nick's. Yeah, I got it. I think we got it filled out pretty good now, Nick. YouTube question. Good morning from Brazil, Aaron. I just purchased a perspective course. Thank you very much for this discount. The dollar here is very high. Well, I am glad you were able to get that. And go ahead again with your question, Dustin.
All right. I hear a few people recommending to take up photography to get some composition skills up. Do you have any takes on that?
Yeah, it's absolutely. I agree. I do photography. I love doing it. Dustin does it. And photography will help you with your composition skills. And it'll help you if you do, realistic type art. It'll help you with, gathering your own material, gathering your own scrap,
Your
own references. That's the main reason I took up photography is to gather my own reference. I don't like to use the reference of others. I don't want to plagiarize.
Do you have a suggestion for a pen that is water and marker proof?
Yeah, any of the brush pens. I really love these brush pens. These, right here. These are dusty. That's what these are.
Yeah, you call my name.
But these pens right here are very, very good. And these are Bimoji, Bimoji brush pens. Bimoji. Bimoji. A Bimoji.
How many birds have you drawn, Aaron, sir?
At least 7.
7?
Well, I can't answer that. I've been drawing birds my whole life.
So
That's like saying, how many steps have you taken in your life?
2.
Well, at least 7.
Is the new Cintiq 22 good enough for professional work? I'm
Yes.
concerned it's not a 4K screen.
No, I went years without a 4K screen. It's fine. I don't know that you necessarily have to have a 4K screen nowadays.
Have you ever used
I mean, it's if you don't have one, it's I think there's maybe a little bit of a disadvantage there, but I still think it's good enough for professional work, personally.
Have you ever used a Wacom Studio Pro?
Yes. I don't use it all the time. Matter of fact, I rarely use it. Dustin uses it more than I do.
Oh, is that the portable one?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's it. Frank on YouTube says Glenn Keane's first teaser for Over the Moon just came out. It looks rad as usual. I have not seen that. I'm going to have to check it out.
Can I tag you on Instagram when I post the animation exercise I drew from the animation course?
Absolutely. I want you to. That would be awesome.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, E?
How's it going, E? Did you work on The Rescuers Down Under?
Yes.
I only asked because there was a giant eagle featured in that film, and I love birds. The birds you were drawing recently. Thanks.
I did work on The Rescuers Down Under. I did not get to work on Marahute, who's the eagle. Glenn Keane did Marahute, and he had no idea that I drew birds at the time. And I tried to. Well, at the time, the way the studios were set up, I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. And I was a brand new animator. He and I got together on Beauty and the Beast right afterwards. And we worked together on that film. And as I talk, I'm spitting all over my drawing.
What would be your golden advice if one were to make a book or movie of you, and there would be one slogan throughout the movie? What would that be?
Put some beauty back in the world. That's what I want. I want people to get along. I want art to change the world. We have power as artists, you know? There's too much hate in the world. There's too much pain. And through our art, we can bring people together. You know, artists were revered at one time because of their abilities to sway the people. And somewhere along the way, that kind of went away. But we still have that ability. And so, if you have that ability to put some beauty back into the world, it should change someone's mind, to have someone see something in a new light, then you should do it. I think it's our responsibility, it's our social responsibility as artists to do the right thing. And there you go.
For the Emoji Pens, what
Bimoji.
is your... Huh?
Bimoji.
Bimoji. I said Bimoji.
Oh, I thought you said Binoji.
Binoji. Binoji. Bimoji. What is your preference on tip? Medium, fine, super fine, etc.?
The medium brush, synthetic brush pen. The medium synthetic brush. That's my preference.
What would you recommend as a starter drawing tablet? A normal one or a display tablet? Thanks for answering my first few questions.
Say that again?
What would you recommend as a starter drawing tablet? A normal one or a display tablet?
Well, I don't know what a normal one is.
I think what he's talking about is
if you're just starting out, I would say an iPad.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant by tablet, and a display tablet would be like
what we're
like
using.
a Wacom Cintiq or
Yeah.
something.
I think if you're just starting out, I would start with an iPad and just see how you like it.
Thomas Gonzalez Jr. says, "Hey, Aaron.
Hey, man.
Today's my birthday. Just want to thank you since you worked on so many movies that inspired me to become an animator. Keep up the awesome work, and I promise to always put away my shopping cart."
Good. Happy birthday.
Can people use art for evil?
Sure.
I have had creative block lately. Do you have any advice?
Creative block is a funny thing. It's one of these things where you just have to get in there and you just have to break through. And the way you break through is you just create anything. Just draw. Just start to draw. That's the key. Draw anything. Doodle a face. Do anything you can.
Have you ever been so frustrated because you're not seeing any improvement in your skills? I'm currently experiencing this.
It's usually during those times that you make a breakthrough. When you realize that you're not growing, that means you actually have grown enough to see that you're not growing. I know it sounds weird, but that in itself is growth. To realize that you're not growing means you have grown. And it means your brain is ready to make a breakthrough. So, do not fret, because I think you're about to break through. On the other side.
Do not fret, my friends.
So I'm going to jump back and forth between my white pen and my black pen. What you doing, Dustin?
I'm just setting this up over the corner here.
This coffee is so delicious.
I can smell it from here.
Mm.
All I smell is coffee.
So, when you're working with a pen and you're having to create highlights on a smooth surface, it really comes down to doing little dabs here and there.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Question from Costa Rica. Which would be good fine liners to work with alcohol-based markers? Looking for no smudges.
Fine liners.
Like a fine line pen that.
Yeah, to me, once again, it's these brush pens right here work really well.
And speaking of,
These are the Emoji Pens.
what is the pens that you're currently using for the latecomers?
This is a white Jelly Roll brand .08 ballpoint pen.
Is that a special kind of white pen?
It's called Jelly Roll. And there you go. Make sure if you buy these pens, if you order them online, and I get mine through Amazon. I just order big boxes of them because I go through a lot of them. Get .08 or 01 or 1.0, I guess. Do not get 05. 05 is too small and they clog up. That's been my experience.
Earlier, I asked about the Cintiq 20. If the Cintiq 22 was good enough for professional work, but he said it's good enough for personal work.
No, I said we said professional.
But he said professional.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think it's good enough for professional. Absolutely. That's what I had. I had it for years, and I did professional work.
Isn't it the same one that that I'm using now?
No, that's a 24.
Oh, 24.
Vedanta's using the 22 right now.
What was the black pen that you were using earlier?
It's just a ballpoint. Just any old ballpoint. Bic ballpoint pens are probably the best. Just a straight up Bic pen. Matter of fact, I might pull out my bigger, where's my bag? My bag. Where's my bag? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So here is my bag with stuff in it. That's 08. This one's, there's a 1.0, but the cap is off. I might have some more in my drawers. Artie's, Lilo Roche. See that? Go to liloroche.com and order an Artie. These art bags are the bomb. I've taken mine all over the world. I love mine. They are awesome. 08, 08, 08, 08, everything's 08. Where's my ones? 08. See, I order boxes and boxes and boxes of these. Where's my ones? These are all 08s. Come on, man.
Oh no, buddy.
Hey, buddy. And of course, now I
No,
can't
no,
find
buddy.
my box. Oh, you know what? I better know where it is.
What you talking about, Will?
I don't know where it is.
You know where it is?
I think.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You think? You thinks or you knows?
No, I was wrong. These are great. Little chalk holders to draw with. Really cool.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Faber-Castell 101. These are awesome. Will, you're out of luck.
I hear a lot of more experienced artists telling new artists to quote unquote never draw without a reference. As much as I understand, it's important to learn from reality, Wouldn't you agree that it is equally important to encourage people's creativity and their imagination? New artists are told to follow everything correct, which may kill their own individual style. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, it doesn't kill their individual style. It helps them develop their style. I don't agree with don't ever draw without reference. That's just malarkey. It depends on what you're drawing. But I do think you want to base your drawings in some type of, especially if you're doing representational art. Let's say you're drawing a dragon. Well, of course, there's no reference for dragons other than what other people have done, and you don't want to plagiarize. But dragons have, if you want to have a believable dragon, it's got to have understandable anatomy, believable anatomy, those types of things. And those, that's the kind of stuff that you have to learn through reference. And reference doesn't mean photo reference all the time. It just means, drawing from life. That's drawing from reference. Anything like that. And so it's a lot of that is just coming from a place of understand what it is that you're drawing. And as you do this, your style evolves. So, having people draw from reference does not, I've drawn from reference my whole life. My style still emerged. So, don't worry about that. Your style will still come through. You can't help but have your own style come through. It's automatic.
Have you tried colored pencils on gray paper? Do you stick to black and white because it's much faster?
I'm sticking with black and white today because it's faster, but sure, I've done colored pencils on gray. I've done colored pencils on colored paper, toned paper. This one right here. Where is it? This is some Canson paper that I picked up a while back. And let's see if it has it in here. Oh, it might be in a different, it's in one of the other pads. But this is great stuff, different colors. I love this stuff.
When did you find your style?
There's no set date that I found my style. It just, your style just emerges. Your style never stops. Your style never stops evolving. It never stops evolving. So it's something that's always, as I grow as an artist, so does my style. And so that's always going to be something that is going to be changing and evolving. And 10 years ago I wasn't doing any of this pen drawing on gray paper. This is something I picked up in the last few years because I saw someone else doing it and I really liked it. But then I kind of made it my own, and now it's part of my style. There we go. So here I'm just trying to indicate where the light and shadows are. Got anything, Dustin?
a question, but more of a statement from an earlier question about the non-display compared to display tablets.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what he might have meant was a pad, like an actual like a drawing pad, like you would with the mouse, but with just a stylus instead. I asked about
Oh yeah,
yeah. I asked about the starter drawing tablet. What I meant in a normal drawing tablet, it's a non-display tablet.
Right.
Also,
Well, I always recommend a display tablet. For me personally, I find it difficult to work on a non-display tablet. I just, looking at the screen while your hand is somewhere else is kind of weird to me. But I mean, other people have adapted to it fine, so it's up to you. I mean, obviously, there is a cost difference between the two.
Yeah, I remember using the a non-display tablet for when I was working at Digital Domain. I was having to connect dots for God, what was that? Like outlining certain areas, like rotoscoping, basically. And I could only use the tablet for that. Like I couldn't draw. I could barely draw with it.
Yeah.
Like, it was nice to use as a mouse, but not for sketches.
Hello, sir. I've been sketching for 11 months. I can see some improvement in my sketches, but I can see myself lacking in line quality. How do I improve my line quality? Keep on drawing. That's how you improve. That's how you improve anything, is you just keep doing it. It'll happen. It'll happen. One thing to think about is as you draw, especially if you're drawing loose, don't think about drawing loose as drawing messy. Just try to draw a little more fluid, but you're still trying to be accurate.
When do you think your bird drawing course will be ready for purchase?
I'm hoping in the next few weeks. Depends on how fast Dustin is editing. Are you keeping up with the editing, Dustin?
Yes, I am. And with that, we are out of questions at the moment, or from on this end.
So you can see I have not drawn any I haven't added any darks for any shadows at all. I'm really just dictating my shadows with white and the gray paper. And that's one of the things that I love about drawing on gray paper. It's this ability to do that.
Is that a creature art teacher hat? Haven't seen you wearing one of those in a long time.
Sure is. I decided to dust it off today. Pulled it off my shelf, threw it on my head.
Have you had visual journals?
Every sketchbook I have is a visual journal. So yes, the answer is yes. The answer is
Is the bird course digital or traditional?
well. I'm drawing. Every one of my animal courses is meant to be. It's not. It doesn't have to be digital. Doesn't have to be traditional. All the information I'm giving you is strictly drawing based. So if you want to follow along digitally, you can. but you don't have to. You can follow along traditionally. I'm doing everything digitally, but it doesn't matter if you're working digital or not. Because the information that I'm giving you is not dependent upon it being digital or not. Just like my animation courses.
Do you sell any other kind of creature art teacher merch?
Yes, we do. We've got shirts and all kinds of stuff. So if you go over, we have a section for our merchandise on our website. So if you go to Creature Art Teacher, that's where it is.
Aaron, you have inspired me in so many ways. Is there any way you can make a lighting brush set and sell it?
A lighting brush set.
Yes.
I'm not sure what a lighting brush set would entail.
I don't know, something that makes light.
Well, you make light through the choices that you make and the values of the color that you are laying down. It's not dependent upon a brush. I do have a lighting course, and that explains what I'm talking about. My lighting course.
For the latecomers, what type of paper is that?
You know what? I never said what kind of paper this is.
Wow.
This is sorry about that. This is I love these. I've got piles of these. Strathmore toned gray 9x12 paper. You can use it. These are all little sketches. All kinds of little sketches in here. These are all sketches I did from life while we were in Kenya. These are wild lions that I was sketching from the back of our Land Rover. A cheetah. A sleeping lion. Another sleeping lion. But another cheetah sitting in the grass. So yeah, all these are sketches I did on our last trip. But they're wonderful. It's a wonderful paper. I love it. Hippos. Hyenas sitting in the water. Vulture. Elephants. So, Strathmore 9x12 inch toned gray paper.
As an online teacher and well-known artist, do you ever find it challenging leading a public life?
No. I don't have any kind of challenge leading a public life. I'm not that. People know me within the circle of art, but no one else does. So I'm not really leading a public life, really.
Is that a Jelly Roll 10? I've just started using those, and they're so much smoother than the 08.
No, this is actually the 08. I use 08 more often than not. The 10s tend to be a little bit too fat for me. And I have a hard time, the ink definitely flows better. The one I don't recommend is the 05. Don't use the 05. You can't get the ink just dries up and you can't get it to come out.
Thank you for doing your live streams. Always a treat to watch. Speaking of live streams, the Katmai National Park bear cams came online for 2020. Be sure to check in on the bears and salmon run.
Yes, that's right. We're coming up. We're going to be coming up on them coming in. The salmon's not there yet, I don't think. or if they are, it's early. But yeah, right where right where the Brooks Falls camera is, I've stood right there, right next to that camera in real life, and painted those bears. Matter of fact, I've got a painting up here on my shelf from one of those spots. And it's been 20 years since I've been to Alaska. I've got to get back. Get back!
How about a lightning brush?
You know, a lightning brush could be kind of cool.
Did you work with Floyd Norman? He is turning 85.
He already turned 85. And yes, I worked with Floyd Norman. Floyd Norman and I are friends. I just saw Floyd this past... let me see if I can do this. This past November. There we go. So you can see, and then one way you can get your shadows to pop a little bit is now I can go like this and lighten up the background like this, and it'll define the shadow area. And it'll actually feel, that shadow will actually feel darker than it really is.
How do you keep the corners of your sketchbooks from becoming smashed up?
I take care of them. That's a funny question.
Have you got any plans of visiting the UK this or the coming year?
No, well, no plans right now, just because of the virus. But we definitely will be coming once we get through this, which I think is going to be about 2 years. Once we get through the virus issue, then we're going to be back on the road traveling. We'll be back in Europe, and we're going to be seeing all you guys. We're going to be doing a lot more lectures and that sort of thing.
On the road again.
On the road again. Just we can't do it until. I mean, I don't even think that we can fly to the UK right now. I don't think the UK would take us.
I think it's still quarantine or anything like that.
I don't think anyone in the. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the UK is lifting their quarantine restrictions or their stay-at-home restrictions, but I don't think you're taking folks from the U.S. into any tourists. And if I did, we'd have to quarantine anyway. So what's the point of going, right?
Right.
And all of our events are based on people being in close proximity, which is the first thing you don't want to do. Oh shoot! I haven't even looked up at the screen in a while. Sorry, Nick. Twitch question. Hi, Aaron. I love your lessons. I wanted to ask if it's better to stick to one medium if you're new to art, or is it okay to try out a bunch of different ones as you learn the basics? I would definitely try different ones. You know, rather than pigeonholing yourself into one medium, why don't you experiment? See what clicks. See what you like. You know, if you just stick with pencil, you know, you're never going to know what watercolor is like or whatever. And so I would definitely, especially learning, you know, try different things. But as you're learning, the thing you want to start thinking about is composition, design, you know, those types of things. Technique with mediums, that comes with time. There, so now you can see by creating this lighter background, I've really defined the shadow edge, the shadow area right here. Now I'm going to get more light into here as we continue to talk, but I've got to draw in all the feather details and all of that. The cool thing about this pen is that I can lay, let me zoom in. little bit. So I can, you can see right here where I just slightly, what's really great about it is I can lay in some ink, but before it dries I can wipe it away, and it leaves a little bit of a light area. Like so. And so I can get interesting value changes, you can see. So it still feels like it's in shadow, but I can get slightly varied little light areas here. Like so. So it's kind of cool.
Social distancing is changing from 2 meters to 1+ meters. So don't need to be so far away from each other.
Ah.
As far as UK goes.
Okay, so I'm going to jump back over to my ballpoint pen. Coffee, 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 coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee. Coffee.
What are your thoughts on summer art camps for kids? And did your children attend any? So many have closed this summer. I wonder why.
I think summer art camps are great. My kids have never gone to any summer art camps. Hey, just living with me is like being in a summer art camp. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Can you show us the reference next to the drawing for the lake number?
There it is.
Try to do that Ace Ventura.
So there it is, folks. So I got all these markings is what I'm going to be working on next. I love drawing these birds, actually, especially from life. When we were there, actually, I got to get some of these in here. When we were there at the actual falconry center, did quite a bit of sketching of these guys. YouTube question: are there pros and cons of tan versus gray tone paper? Is one better for certain mediums, for example? Not really. It just depends on what the mood you're looking for. This to me is a little bit more neutral, rather than warm. It's not really warm. It's not really cool. It's somewhere in the middle, which I like. But I've got tan as well, and I use that just as much. I would say no, I don't use it as much, but I like it as much. So it just depends. You know, if you're doing something in an Arctic region, you know, using that tan might work against you a little bit if you want it to feel cold. It's that type of thing. Whereas this to me is much more neutral. Twitch question. Hello. Question. Which would be good fine liners to work with? Alcohol-based markers? I'm looking for no smudge. Hold on. Hello. Question. Which would be good fine liners to work with? Oh, to work with alcohol-based markers. Once again, I really love my brush pen, the Emoji brush pens. They don't smudge with the alcohol-based markers. And what I love about the brush pens is that you can vary the line weight because it's a brush. And that to me is important. Very, very important.
About the
force will be with you always.
The quarantine in UK, we are lifting the restrictions far too quickly, in my opinion. But with the handling of the situation over here, you'd probably be let through without quarantine. It's been a shambles here, unfortunately.
Well, it has been here too. I mean, we're having more cases now than we did even when we were at our worst. When we were at our worst, and so many idiots here won't wear masks. They won't, you know. And it's not about you getting it; it's about you spreading it. And yes, the virus can get through the mask, but the virus is in the spit that comes out of your mouth, which does not get through the mask. It's not 100%, no, but it's a lot better than if you didn't wear a mask, and that's what people don't get.
Do you find Mona Lisa a good or well-painted painting?
Of course. With the magic smile? Is that what it is? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. What is it? With the what is it with the magic smile? What's he saying?
Mystic smile.
Mystic smile. Mona Lisa. Come on, I know you can sing it, Dustin.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know.
In your opinion, what would be the most important thing in an animation studio that keeps the team together, passionate about the project rather than just money?
A good project. A good project that everyone feels invested in. And so I always try hard to make sure that everybody has a say. I always have an open door policy if I'm directing a film or a project, that anyone can come in and talk to me about it. When that happens, everybody feels invested. They feel like they have a stake in the project, and I truly do listen to everybody and take ideas that I feel fit what it is that we're trying to do. It's definitely it's not a me project, it's a we project, and that's what, you know, a lot of filmmakers that are successful, I think, at least from all the, you know, I'm always looking and researching other filmmakers to see what makes a good filmmaker, so I can improve and be better as a person that might be in charge. And it really is the filmmakers that have the strong vision, but also keep their crews, you know, involved, and that is huge. And I firmly believe that, because I've been on the other end of it, and when I felt listened to, I felt great about the project. Hello. Oh, I already read that.
See my problem?
Yeah.
Have you ever done any drawing where you amaze yourself, or was proud of that
every
special
day.
moment?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day. No, I don't know. If you draw, it's like anything else. You do it enough, sometimes it's just routine. But there are times, I have to admit, where I go, hey, I like that. That came out pretty good.
Your coffee looks so yummy.
You know why? Because it is.
Have you ever tried Dolgna coffee?
Huh?
Dolgna? Dolgna?
No.
Sounds exotic.
Sounds exotic.
Hey, Dustin, I sketched your morning pigeon photo the other day. Thanks for the
Not
reference.
a morning pigeon.
Morning pigeon.
It's a morning dove.
Morning dove.
Now, it's not because they come out in the morning, it's because it sounds like they're mourning. MOURNING. Mourning, as in like sad. And when you hear them go, they go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Dustin, were you up late last night?
No, I went to bed at 10:30.
Oh, awesome.
Or was it 11:30? It was
I was trying to figure out why you're so subdued today. Dustin's very subdued today.
I don't know, just every once in a while I just feel like this. I could have a full night's sleep. You know, I could be completely fine, but
Dustin, you've got a whole world out there that's writing to you right now that loves you.
What is in that coffee?
Deliciousness.
Delicious.
There we go. So you can see he's starting to evolve. My little bird. My little chickadee.
Did you ever, in your art education, get lost in a direction and where to go? If that makes sense. Like, do you ever get lost in your education of art?
Not really. I mean, I guess at a time there was a time where I didn't know quite what I was going to do before I ended up at Disney, because I'd had my heart set on National Geographic, and when that fell through, I didn't know what I was going to do after that. But then Disney came along, and that went away pretty quickly.
That's just a standard ballpoint, right? For the dark.
Yeah, this is just a ballpoint pen I picked up at a hotel.
At a hotel of all places.
I like the feel of it. You know, every once in a while you get that ballpoint pen that just feels right. Every once in a while I get one at a restaurant, you know, when the waitress comes over, or the server comes over, and you got to sign your bill. Sometimes I keep the pen. But I'll give them a drawing in return.
Somebody said that doves and pigeons are the same.
They are.
They are?
Yeah. That's absolutely true. The bird that we call pigeons here, that you see in the city,
Mm-hmm.
their proper name is a rock dove.
Rock dove?
Yep.
So it's correct to say morning pigeon.
Well, not really, because they're called mourning doves. But yeah, I mean, technically, you could call it a pigeon. A little squab.
Dog nut coffee is Korean. If you take
Ooh.
2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar, add the same amount of water, and whisk thoroughly until it's thick. It takes a bit of doing. Fill a glass with ice and milk, then pour the coffee on top.
Sounds sweet.
Sounds interesting. What was it you were going to do for National Geographic?
I wanted to be an illustrator for National Geographic. I wanted to be an illustrator. I wanted to do paintings for the magazines and all that stuff. Still my pipe dream. I would love to do something for National Geographic.
Did they have illustrators back then?
What do you mean, do they have illustrators back then?
Unless somebody's asking.
I don't know what you mean. Did they have illustrators back then?
Did they have illustrators for like the magazine?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to be one.
Did they always have it, or what? Like, when did they start bringing in illustrators for?
It's National Geographic. What are you talking about? You know National Geographic, right?
Yeah, I've known them for their photography, not for.
Yeah,
not
but
really for
every
sketches.
a lot of their natural history articles have all kinds of illustrations in them. The big fold-outs, dinosaurs. You know, there's artistic renderings of dinosaurs and all kinds of stuff. Oh, someone's dog is barking, bark, bark, bark.
Bark.
Oh, Nick must be off doing something.
Just saw the video on Proco's YouTube of you guys drawing at the zoo and the video interview. Cool stuff, man.
Thanks, man.
I think recently he released the video of all of us over at Lake Woodruff
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
last
cool
year.
too.
Person was asking about the Huion tablets earlier. I just bought the perspective course. Thank you so much for the dollar sale. The dollar is high here in the Philippines. Also, can't afford iPads. They cost around 40K and 60K Philippine dollars. That's why I'm considering the Huion. Or who is
Got
it?
ya.
Huion? Huh?
Got ya.
Oh yeah. Is it Huion or
Huion?
Huion?
I don't know.
Huion?
No, it's Huion.
Huion?
Chinese company.
Mm.
I believe. I believe it's a
How's your weight loss
Chinese
goal coming
company.
along?
I've lost 8 pounds. It's been going good. I've been sticking where am I looking?
There.
I've been sticking very, very strictly to my diet, getting some exercise in. I have not had any alcohol, no alcohol. Gave up drinking. That was a big part of it. I think I'm going to, just by giving up alcohol, because I like to have my cocktails at night. And by giving that up, I think I'm going to lose weight just right there. So, through the quarantine, started putting away quite a bit of booze at night. Wouldn't you say, Dustin?
Yes.
You were there with me. $7,000 calories a week in alcohol.
Dang.
Hey, I'm a big guy. I can put it away. So that's 7,000 calories I won't be getting each week. Just right there. Plus, I've cut my calorie intake by probably over a third, if not in half. Just my regular food intake. Been eating nothing but regular, good whole foods, vegetables and fish. I had a little bit of chicken last night, but I'm not going to be doing that regularly. Just fish, and specifically salmon. I ate salmon every day.
I've noticed you skip around a lot on the page.
I
Is
do.
that for a reason?
Yes, that's a very good observation. I skip around so I don't get involved into one spot too much. It keeps the image more balanced that way. Good observation. Drink some wheatgrass, Dustin. YouTube comment.
Wheatgrass?
Wheatgrass.
Yeah. How about no?
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
What was Walt Disney like to work for?
Well, the company was great. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the way the feathers lay in accurate, but not, I don't want it to impede, I don't want it to tighten up the drawing. There's a looseness to this drawing that I know it doesn't look super loose, but there is a kind of a looseness to it that I want to make sure that I maintain.
About the scholarship you guys are offering, is it applicable in colleges and not just online courses?
Absolutely. That's what we said. That's what we said.
That's what we said.
Oh, you ever inhale spit?
Spit. Whatever you do, don't spit.
Oh, spat.
All out of questions.
That's okay. I'll just keep on drawing.
Just keep drawing.
Just keep drawing. Just keep drawing. This is called a Gyrfalcon.
A year.
Very fast bird. Right up there with the peregrine.
A peregrine. So it says they're currently, somebody's currently drawing Davy Jones
Davy Jones.
from Davy Jones' locker. Jack Sparrow.
Man, I love Bill Nye. I love Bill Nye the Science Guy, but that's not the
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
Nye I'm talking about. Bill Nye the actor. I love his. First of all, I think he's a brilliant actor and a super cool dude. But I love his voice.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
And-
God, I want to animate his voice so bad.
Especially like from the Pirates of the Caribbean series or
Yes,
Underworld
yes,
as Victor.
yeah. There's certain actors that, as an animator, every time I hear their voice, I just get all bound up because I want to animate them so badly.
It's like Bill Nye and Morgan Freeman and
While Jeff Bridges is the other one for me.
Jeff Bridges.
I want to
Oh,
animate
yeah.
Jeff Bridges so bad.
Well, you did one with the sloth. Right?
Yeah, I know, but that was.
I'm not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski.
I'm the dude.
I'm the dude. And that's still your ringtone on my phone.
Oh, is it?
Yep. But yeah, Bill Nye. Another one of my all-time favorite movies that he's in is Pirate Radio.
Oh, I know. Well, there's another one he did with what's his name, the redhead kid that was the bad guy in the new Star Wars movies. I think it's
Oh,
called
yeah.
In Time. Where there's a father and son, and they're time travelers. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, emotional story.
I was like, so your mom thought that some clean air out in the sea will clean your head straight. Yeah. Spectacular mistake.
He's so cool. Just a cool dude.
Yeah, he played a great vampire too. Yeah, yeah, from Underworld.
Yeah.
Did he play vampire in other
I don't know.
anywhere else besides Underworld franchise?
He plays a whole variety of different genres too, which I like.
Oh yeah. I know there's a couple of animated movies that he did. I just can't remember the names of them at the current moment. Question: should eyes be drawn in a spherical sense?
Should eyes be drawn in a spherical sense? Eyes are round. Eyes are, if you take them out of your skull, I guess are a sphere. They should be drawn the way they look. I'm not sure I understand. I mean, sure, think of them as a round object. And the world is reflected off of them as if they're round, because they are round. So there is that as well.
Hi, Aaron and Dustin.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
Hey, how's it going there, bud? Really enjoy watching your streams while I work on my freelance. It's very wholesome. One question for you, Aaron. Do you have any future plans with the huge body of traditional work that you've made, like an art of book, maybe?
Yes, we are working. We currently have, just like we've got so many different irons in the fire, and so unfortunately, one of our big irons we've got going is the book. We just haven't been able to get to it because I'm also working on courses and anyway, yes, we do have, there are plans. We haven't gotten to them yet.
Hey, Dad, somebody added this to my Instagram story.
Oh, right on. I love it.
Did you have a subject in school that you disliked?
Yes. And I should have liked it more, but I really disliked English.
The one I disliked was math. I mean, the teachers I've had in math were great. Is just the questions themselves. I'm not really good with numbers a whole lot.
You're all right.
I can multiply some things.
You're all right. My thing was I love writing, and I've always loved writing, and it followed me into my work at Disney. We wrote a lot of stuff at Disney, but when I was in English class, boy, I couldn't stand. I was in advanced placement English, and I ended up just sleeping through it and failing it, and so that didn't go over well.
Question for you. Did Han Solo shoot first or not?
Well, that's Guido, right? Is that a Guido question?
Yeah, Greedo.
Or Greedo?
Yeah, I think originally he shot first, but then they changed it.
Well, in my mind, he should have shot first. That's how he's going to live. Greedo said he was going to die. So, shoot that guy. It's the Wild Wild West. That's what the whole thing's based on.
I think the way they changed it was because originally, there was a big flash of, the blaster going off, and then we were just falling over dead. But in the Blu-ray version, you actually see, a slight shift in Han's head. They just kind of rolled out his head and just shifted it over a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh,
it's the blaster goes
ducked?
right past his head. It's if you look at it, if you watch that scene again, you can see that it's clearly they rigged it to where they just shifted over for that second.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And so they changed it so Greedo shoots first and Han shoots second, but originally Han shot first.
Do I have a Twitch question?
Yes.
Oh, Han shot first. End of story. Dustin says. Twitch question. Have you ever... oh, no. Do you have a favorite bird of prey? That's a good question. I love Gyrfalcons. These white... They're just these ghosts of the north. I just think they're really beautiful. I love bald eagles. We have a lot of them here in Florida, so I know them very well.
I just wish I was able to get more photos of those. But
Philippine monkey eating eagles. are just freaking awesome. Harpy eagles are awesome.
I personally like ospreys.
Yeah, I love
Ospreys and bald
ospreys.
eagles are
Yeah,
my
so I mean it's hard to say I have a favorite because I love them all.
Red shouldered hawks.
I do.
I think my top three are ospreys, bald eagles, and red shouldered hawks. Because they're the ones I've been getting.
Yeah,
the
we
most
have a
photos
lot of
in
red-shouldered
Parks and
hawks
Rec.
here.
Charles Dance has a great voice too.
Who?
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance. Charles Dance.
Oh,
Hey Charles.
he was in Game of Thrones. He was the wasn't he like a king or something like that?
I don't know. The force will be with you. Always.
Yeah, you saw Godzilla, the King of Monsters, right?
Yeah.
Remember the lead general of the terrorist group?
No.
Long live the king. You don't remember?
No. Have you ever drawn fantasy maps? That's a very specific question. I'm sure I have at some point. I've drawn maps for fantasy. I guess so. Yeah, maybe.
Oh wait, no, that's not
Are you babbling? What are you
Yes, I
babbling
am.
about? So we're getting all of our little markings in. This is where it takes the time. Oh, did I get dinged?
true.
Is that me? Oh, you got dinged?
Yeah. Or I think you got dinged too.
No, that's. I think that was me. Is my phone over there?
We both got messages at the same time.
Oh, that was weird. Maybe that was
I
from
think
Nick.
somebody. Well, I got dinged from one of our viewers, Shayna. Messaged me like 3 things at once. Oh, 3.
Are you giving out your phone number?
What?
Are you giving out your phone number again?
No, it's my Facebook. Not my
Oh,
phone.
gotcha.
Yeah, this is Charles Dance.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got a great voice. Yes, I like him. He's such a good bad guy.
Do you save in JPEG or PNG?
JPEG. Or Photoshop document.
I think it's PNG. I think JPEG. I save it as that if it's just a standard image. But if it's like a cutout, then I save it in PNG. I think.
Yeah. That's how you keep it cut out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's a cutout, man.
Oh,
There you go again.
there you go. Is that me?
I believe that's you.
Hand me my phone. I want to see who's messaging me.
Where is your phone?
Isn't it there? Is it? It's not over there?
Nope.
Oh,
I
maybe
think I
that.
heard it from outside out there.
Oh, there it is. It's on the banister.
Oh, hello. Oh. Hello.
I'll bet it's your sister.
Saying, hey, can you watch the kids?
Yep, it's your sister.
Yeah.
Did I leave my tablet there at your house? I don't know if we grabbed it picking up the kids Saturday. See?
think I heard Bugs Bunny imitations there. Do you prefer classic Warner shorts or Disney?
Classic Warner, all the way.
Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Fire.
You did it one exchange too many.
Still funny though.
It's absolutely hilarious.
Let's try that again. Yes, I did get them, Shayna. They are cute photos. Or cute drawings. Or cute pictures of drawings. I lost track of the live stream there. I was hitting the wrong buttons.
The force will be with you, always. So here's the tedious part, is just getting all these markings in. And one of the things that's tedious about it is making sure that they're following the form so that you can feel the form of the bird. You know what I'm saying? Dusty, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Talking to you, boy.
Talking to you, boy. Do you use Mac or PC?
I'm Mac all the way, just like Dustin.
Hell no. I'm PC all the way.
See, I know how to pull Dustin, push Dustin's buttons, pull his strings, push his buttons, whatever you want to call it.
Do you ship your merchandise or art to Holland?
Yeah. If you purchase something, we will ship it.
Do you draw in silence or do you listen to music?
I listen to music whenever I can.
What sort of music do you listen to?
A lot. Usually it's like chill, down tempo, club, electronica type stuff. Real like moody stuff that puts you in a place. Nature kind of stuff I like, but I also listen to blues. I love the, I like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I like Annie Lennox. I listen to a lot of Annie Lennox. I love Annie Lennox. Willie Nelson, believe it or not, I love Willie Nelson. John Mayer, Amos Lee,
Stevie Ray.
lots of Stevie Ray.
Santana.
You know what? There's nobody cooler than Santana. Carlos is the man.
Carlos. I heard a long time ago that if you sometimes rotate your drawing, you can get different perspectives. Is that true? If so, do you use this technique?
I do it all the time. As far as if you mean rotating by flopping it, reversing it, yes, all the time. If I'm doing a traditional piece of art, I'll look at it in a mirror. If I'm doing digital art, I'll flop it. How are we doing on time? How long?
It is currently 10:42.
Oh, shoot.
About 2
Not
hours.
even 2 hours yet.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So I'm just going to I want to get these markings on the wing, get them in here, and then start getting the rest of the white, and then we'll call this baby done.
Yee. Did you make sure to save your work?
Funny.
I think there should be a save button on the bottom right hand corner of the
No, it's
the page. Of the book.
Here, I just did it. It says this.
You're there.
Yeah. What are you doing, boy?
Just wanted to stop the rotating of the fan just to keep it on you,
Oh,
because the cold air was bugging me.
see, I'm still fat enough that I get hot.
Oh yeah. So you can,
Oh,
you
yeah.
you can have all that. Blimey, it's 3:45 over here.
It's what time?
3:45, and I'm guessing that's in UK.
That would be UK. Okay.
Have you ever tried to control Z while you're drawing traditionally?
Yes. I have.
It probably makes you go, "What was I thinking? What was I doing?"
So my goal I used to do a lot of wakeboarding behind the boat, Used to be pretty athletic, actually. You don't even, I'm not saying, but pretty athletic. But
Kind of a big deal.
so the goal here is I want to get this weight off of me and get back to getting behind the boat and wakeboarding on a regular basis. Now, I'm not going to be able to, even with my weight loss, I'm not going to be able to ride like I did when I was in my 20s and 30s, but I should still be able to ride pretty good. I want to do a live stream with us out there while we ride. That'll be fun, huh, Dustin?
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Do you sell your pen and ink drawings? And if so, what are the prices?
I do sell them. They're usually about like this one would be about $200 to $300. Depending on the amount of time I put into them and the complexity. They sell between 100 and 300. The prices will be going up as we sell more of them. Just to let you know. Just to let you know,
Just let you know there, bud.
All right. So there's that. Now I'm going to start adding the white back in. And what I really need to do is make sure that I'm paying attention to light and shadow.
Somebody else wrote, yes, it's 3:45 here in very warm, sunny England.
Oh, is it nice and warm?
Nice and warm. And
Well, we're coming up on 1 year that it was before that since we went to the castle.
Has it really?
July 8th. We're only a couple weeks away from July 8th.
Oh wow. That's true.
Yeah, it's almost 1 year ago that since we were last in our beautiful trip that we did to Manchester, England. I can't believe it's almost been a year since we've been there.
Oh yeah. I would love another trip up there. That was such a fun trip. And somebody else wrote that somebody else wrote, "Hey, what a coincidence! It's the same up in Scotland too. Same time.
You just had to say Scotland.
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 Sorry, late for joining, but what paper are you using?
Rectangular.
Rectangular, that's like a grayish brown.
This is gray Strathmore, or it's Strathmore, gray toned paper.
It's paper toned gray Strathmore.
Toned gray Strathmore. Oh, oh.
Could you do things like this digitally?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
The technique would be a little different, but yeah. Aaron, do you draw with pastel pencils? You know what? I don't. I haven't. I've done a lot of colored pencils.
Maybe when you eventually do the Florida art retreats, you can include water sports as part of the experience as a way of holding yourself to it.
Yes, that would be fun, actually.
You ever drew something using highlighters?
No. Haven't done that. I swear. Images in
What you looking for?
that lion image that I did on that pastel paper. But I can't find that pastel book. I remember I had it when we were cleaning up. Remember that lion image that was in color? You don't remember. You don't remember anything.
Well, there's so much going around. I think somebody just knocked on the door.
BRB. Well, I don't know where it is. But I was going to show. Whoa, I'm tripping over stuff. I was going to show. I was going to show the image.
That's not for Vedanta.
Oh, we get a package.
Thank you.
So here I'm just putting in the white in between all the dark marks that I made.
I just left it on the kitchen counter.
YouTube comment. I think you'd love the Isle of Wight, Aaron. We have plenty of rare species to draw like red squirrels, bee orchids, and white-tailed eagles. It's a plein air paradise. I would absolutely love that. I'm sure I would.
If I were to purchase this Gyrfalcon original,
Gyrfalcon,
my mistake. Will it go up on your website, or can I buy it now?
Well, right now we're not quite selling it, but we'll probably sell it on the website. This one will be $300. Sure. $300, sure. But we're not quite selling it yet, because I want to try to get a collection together, and then we'll sell a bunch at once.
And how can we purchase one of your originals like this one?
I'll either announce it on a live stream, or we'll have it for sale on the website.
But when are they going to come out?
I don't know. When I decide.
Which is going to be when? Listen here, you look.
Yeah, punk. You feel lucky, punk.
Feel lucky, punk. 100 billion dollars.
There we go. It's getting there. So once again, just to recap on this, you don't always have to draw in the shadow in order for the shadow to read. Sometimes, especially when you're working on gray paper, it's the area that you don't draw that can create a shadow. Like here, under here, or in the back of the head, back there. We've created shadow in that way.
Do you think there's
Santa Claus?
Yeah, exactly. Do you think there's such thing as Santa Claus? Do you think there's a ageism in the animation industry, or if it's easier to answer, how late is too late to try to get in?
No, I don't think there is ageism, and I don't think there is an age that's too late to try to get in. If you can do it, then they'll take you in. Do I think there's some punk asses out there that are young and really good that discriminate against age here and there? Yeah, I've had it happen. But in general, I don't think that it exists as a general rule.
Could you give an advice on how to decide the price of our art and what it's based on?
Well, it's really based on demand, time you've put in, cost of materials. All of those things will influence the price that you put on a piece. And if it's sellable, you got to really be honest with yourself and look at a piece of art and go, okay, is this something that someone's going to buy and hang on their wall? You know, that's important. And then it comes down to demand. And once you get to be an artist that's in demand, then you can start charging a little bit more for your work.
Oh, Stella says, "Hi, Aaron and Dustin. I remember this bird from our trip. Its name was Burke. Can't wait for your next workshop."
Wow, that's a good memory.
Burke.
How you doing, Stella? It's good to hear from you.
Ever worked in an animated movie like Shrek or Zootopia?
What's that?
Ever worked in a 3D animated movie?
No, I've never done any 3D work. I mean, I was directing a 3D movie. I've directed a couple of 3D movies that didn't get made for any number of reasons. But I've never directed one that came to fruition or worked on one that came to fruition. I've contributed to some, but not enough to say that I really worked on it. Plenty of 2D movies. So here I'm just going in between all of my little areas here.
The white is? What do you mean? thing asking like what are you using for the light?
I'm using a Jelly Roll brand pen, .08. Jelly Roll 08.
Hopefully that's what the question was referring to.
I have a Facebook friend, and I always butcher his name. We've never met in person, but Paschalis Dougalis. He's Greek, lives in Germany. He's one of the best, if not the best, bird artist in the world, I think. Extremely prolific. And so and I love his work so much. So whenever I'm sitting here and I'm drawing, I'm thinking about Paschalis and what he might do if it's living up to his standards. We all have someone we look up to.
Erica Bay says his work is awesome.
Yeah. He's absolutely amazing. I've got a couple of original pieces from him. He and I traded drawings a few years back.
What was the name again?
Paschalis, P-A-S-C-H-A-L-I-S. And then Dougalis, I think it's just D-U-G-A-L-I-S. I could be wrong, I can't remember. P-A-S-C-H-A-L-I-S. He's an incredible bird artist. Look him up, follow him. Tell him, hey, your friend Aaron Blaze sent us over here.
A friend of yours sent us. You have any plans for marine animals?
Yes, I get that question a lot, and I will be doing something. I'm not sure when, but at some point, sometime in the future, we will be doing marine animals. You see, Dustin, if we had done the whole bird, how long it would have taken?
Oh yeah. Are mosquitoes super bad for you guys? We've got galley nippers all over in Jacksonville.
Well, you know, it's funny. Well, those are probably the no-see-ums.
No-see-ums?
I don't get bit, or I do get bit, but I don't feel it. When I was lost in the Gulf as a kid, I was lost in the Gulf of Mexico for 3 days, and I was eaten. This is my theory, anyway. I was eaten alive. I mean, there wasn't a millimeter on my body that wasn't bit by mosquitoes. My face was swollen, my hands were swollen, everything was swollen up. And ever since then, I just don't get bit. I mean, I go to certain places I'll notice it, but here in Florida, I don't notice it at all. I'm always joking that they don't bite me because I taste like egg yolk and disappointment. But I just don't get bit.
Apparently, to them, I'm extra juicy, especially in the legs. Because whenever I sit out there during the evenings, my
Yeah, when you
legs
come over, you get eaten alive.
I get eaten alive,
And
my
Vedanta
legs
gets
get the worst
eaten,
of it.
Marshall gets eaten, everybody gets eaten, and they don't even.
They just sit over there like,
They don't
what's
bother
that?
me."
What's wrong with you guys?
I
Are you guys
don't-
doing okay?
I don't get bit. But it's been ever since I was a kid. It tastes disgusting.
I think we should set up like some sort of like foldable like mosquito tent out there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, pretty much coming down the finished pike here.
For Lakers, any plans for traveling or workshops coming up?
No, because of the virus. Once the virus is done, then we're going to be back into it. But I think the virus is going to be with us for the next at least year to 2 years. But until the virus is really pretty much taken care of in each country, including the United States, we're not really going to plan anything. So, practice your social distancing. Help get rid of this virus.
Well, the person was asking about the mosquitoes and galley nippers said, nope, galley nippers are like an extra large, super aggressive mosquito.
Gotcha. I thought maybe there were no-see-ums. Man, I hate no-see-ums.
Do you illustrate the whole time sitting, or do you get up and look at the distance at some point?
No, I just sit.
I'm usually a don't get bit person, but that tropical storm brought them out in mass. The galley nippers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Jacksonville, you guys got a lot of rain.
Yeah, we've been getting them quite a bit too, but mainly like mosquitoes. Like after, like I think like after like a week long just constant rain, afterwards there were just mosquitoes everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we've got a metal trough, water trough, for drinking
Mm-hmm.
for the animals. We've got a metal one in the backyard that we keep full because it's full of tadpoles, and we like having the frogs in the backyard. But it's got a lot of mosquitoes, so we've been trying to skim the mosquitoes out of there and get rid of them, all the mosquito larvae.
Yeah.
But you just can't get them all.
We
So
need
here
the
I'm adding a
backyard.
little bit of darkness to the background just to get that white to pop.
Yeah, we need to find a way to bring in more dragonflies in our backyard.
Yeah. Man, I just got
Dragonflies
vertigo
are
for a
bats.
second.
Huh?
I just got vertigo for a second.
Vertigo.
Yeah, well, I got kind of dizzy.
You alright?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm quite good.
Great, you.
YouTube comment. I think you'd love. Oh, sorry. Twitch comment. By any chance, do you know an artist called Pernille Oram? She's a Danish artist based in Kenya right now, and friends with the Bancroft brothers. I do not know her. Twitch question. Can you help me? I have been not working this whole lockdown, and anything I feel like drawing becomes unworthy for me in the process. Anything from animation to watercolor to canvas, working or not working, I'm stressed all the time. You just got to sit and relax. And I think you're putting too much stress on yourself to have something that comes out that looks good. Just do it for the love of doing it, and it'll happen. Don't put all that pressure on yourself. That's where it's that pressure that causes you to seize up.
Some farm animals would be nice for future streams. Do you have any favorites?
Yeah, I love pigs.
Pigs. You.
I love pigs. I raised several when I was a kid. I love them. I love them.
I love them. You should get some goldfish for your trough. I keep a couple in mine.
Oh, that's cool. It's a good idea.
Good idea there, but
All right, there we go. There is our Gyrfalcon. Gotta shine it. Shine it there.
you just gotta shine it right there, but
There it is. So, it was fun doing some traditional work for a change, huh?
yeah.
And once again, the supplies here are really simple. Just a straight up ballpoint pen. This is just one I got at a hotel. But you can use a big pen, any ballpoint pen that you feel, writes well. Anything like that. If it feels good in the hand and it's a ballpoint, then use it. I think ballpoint pens are really great drawing utensils. They really are. And you can get some great effects. And then also, the white pen is a Jelly Roll 08. Right there, Jelly Roll 08. They're made in Japan. Very, very good pens. I love them. And you can see how nice and crisp they go on. You get some great effects. And then the paper is Strathmore gray toned paper. So once again, there's the Strathmore gray toned, 9 inches by 12 inches. I buy these by the box as well. I've got about 10 unused ones in my closet waiting for me. Because there's all, you can just fill a sketchbook full of these things. And but there is our white Gyrfalcon. I'm trying to see if I've got everything in here the way I want it. You know what? One more thing.
There's always one more thing.
Let's get a little darker in here to get that beak to stand out a little bit better.
Does the white pen come in colors?
Yeah, it does come in different colors. I'm not interested in the other colors, but yeah, you can get it in other colors. So there you go. Let me zoom in on it. And we'll move it around so you can see the detail a little better. So there's that head. Remember, you don't always have to draw the shadows. Sometimes it's drawing the highlights in order for it to get to read. And that's what I've done here. I really didn't create any shadows other than what I didn't draw with the white pen. There's the feather markings. But all along here, that's just where I didn't color it in. And making sure in here everything gets right. And all of that. But you can get really delicate with a ballpoint pen.
Nice.
And there's our whole image. So there you go, folks. Do you have issues with smudging the gel pen as a lefty? Nope. I just make sure that I'm not going to run my hand against it. Once it dries, you can see once it's dry, it's dry. So there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, go over to the creatureartteacher.com, and I've got my perspective course. The entire course is $1. So that's going really big. And also, stay tuned for in the next week or two our announcements for the requirements for our scholarships that we're going to be start to give out next month. $5,000 scholarship a month to lucky prospective art students. And it's our goal, like I said, to help those that need the help. Art education should be cost prohibitive, and we want to help you guys get through that in our own little way. And along with the perspective course being really cheap, everything else, my Photoshop brush sets are $1 a piece. There's a lot of stuff that's drastically cut as far as 45% off, that sort of thing. So go to creatureartteacher.com, check all that out. We'll probably put this up for sale at some point. I'm not sure when, but I'm going to be holding on to it for a little bit so I can build up a little bit of an inventory of drawings. And I think that's about it. I hope you guys had a great time. I certainly did. And like I always say, because we are artists, we have a job. Let's go put some beauty back into the world. It's life a little bit better, cause people to see the world a little bit differently, and let's do some good. All right? So I will see you on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, happy drawing, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you're interested in any wildlife reference photos, you can check out also at creatureartteacher.com my photo reference bundles, which has over 650 photos of various wildlife from here in Florida. And if you want to see even more photos, you can check out my Instagram at Dustin_Blaze. And over there, I post a new wildlife photo each day. And so you can check all those out in those places. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys Friday. And until then,